Welcome everybody. Great to see you. We are now on day 4 of the 75 Hard Challenge, and I've come to realize, and I'm sure that if I would have watched or listened to more of Andy's podcasts or even read the book that he has out, he probably goes into detail about this, but I've kind of already figured out what I believe is the motivation or the trick behind 75 Hard. And there's a quote, and I don't remember who it is, and it's basically, show me a man's habits or show me somebody's habits, and I'll show you, the outcome of their circumstances, right? Who that person is by their habits. And I think, at least from what I've discovered already, the 75 Hard, again, it's not really physically demanding. It's mentally challenging because you really need to plan out your day. I mean, in order to drink that gallon of water, in order to, oh, I think I'm getting another phone call. I'll be right back. Yeah, sorry. So in order to drink that gallon of water and to read the 10 pages and to get your 2 workouts in with that space in between and to take your selfie, I mean, the selfie's easy. You just do that like right away in the morning, whatever. These things take planning. And so if you want to complete the challenge, you have to plan. Well, I didn't realize up until I started this challenge maybe just how important it is to actually set pen to paper and figure out each of these plot points throughout my day. When I was a kid, I was diagnosed with ADHD, and I throw that label away. I don't think that it's a deficit. I don't think it's a disorder. I think if anything, I have a high focus of attention on certain things, and maybe other things might bleed to the background, but it's certainly not because I have some deficit. I don't think it's a disorder in any way. I actually think I have a superpower almost. I have the ability to really kind of think outside the box a little bit and then hyper focus on those things to make them happen. But as far as the schedule is concerned, sometimes maybe that's not so much my superpower. So using Andy's formula that he's come up with already now on day 4, I'm really realizing that this is more about scheduling. It's an Everest of the mind, because you really need to start focusing very much on your day to day. A lot of little things are getting weeded out here. Apps are getting deleted off of my phone. Things are getting scrubbed off the calendar that are just worthless. I never really watched television much at all before this, but I'm finding myself watching or listening to less YouTube because I have other things that have to kind of get done. And so I really like this 75 Hard Challenge. I think that anybody that is looking at 13 weeks to wellness would benefit from 75 Hard, simply because, look, I'm here to help beginners who don't really know how to move their body. I know how to move my body. I know how to get a sweat going safely without hurting myself and injuring myself, whereas a lot of people might not be able to do that. So that's what I want to provide. And I mean, I've not reached out to Andy. Who am I? I'm just some guy in my house, and he's a very accomplished entrepreneur in his own right. But I would love to combine these 2 programs, obviously unofficially. And anybody who's interested in 13 weeks to wellness to learn how to move their body properly, Andy's program is free. 13 weeks to wellness is free. So yeah, I think I'm going to start, as I'm doing this process, as I'm doing 75 Hard, I'm going to push the 2 together. For anybody out there who needs that little bit of motivation, that little bit of, that little push, the accountability. I think another thing or reason that 75 Hard is so hard is because you've got to hold yourself accountable for these things. You could lie to the app, I guess, if you wanted to, but what's the purpose? What's the point? I'm already seeing such a mind shift in only these 4 days. And I will say, I know that the cold showers aren't necessarily part of the initial 75 Hard. It's part of phase 1. I don't know. I'm finding benefit from it. I find now the first 5 seconds are really difficult, whereas it used to be like the first 40 seconds. And it's still, you got to breathe. It's a shock to the system, but I don't know. There's something about it. I'm kind of addicted to it. So I don't want to make these videos super long. I have so many other things I could talk about. Be strong, be able, be well, and I'll be back tomorrow. See you guys.